Good morning and welcome to Joe Stunner Boxing. Tyson Fury, absolutely no surprise. There have been more than just rumours, really, a statement from Turki Al-Sheikh that he is returning, Tyson Fury is, but this won't be until 2026. And Al-Sheikh, well, first of all, Fury said, if I'm going to come back, I'd come back for Usyk, but I want a fair result in England. You had a fair result. You got beaten twice. Competitive fights, but you were beaten. Do you know how I know you were beaten? Because I watched both the fights, as did everyone else. Millions of people watched the fights, and you were beaten twice. Stop with your bullshit, Tyson. Okay, well, he never will stop, will he? Because he's been bullshitting for years. And he doesn't believe the crap that comes out of his mouth, but it sells tickets, people are still interested for whatever reason. So, yeah, he'll continue. He said about Usyk, that's the one I want. That would be the fight I'd want next, but he wants it, as I say, in England. Now, Al-Sheikh, Turki Al-Sheikh, or to give him his full title, His Excellency, Head of Riyadh Season and Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority of Saudi Arabia. He caught wind of Fury's comments and said in a social media release, probably on X, I think it was. This was yesterday, Wednesday. He said, the Gypsy King will be back. Yes, he will. I talked to him and I have his word. I wouldn't put a lot of stock in that. I have his word to have him in a Riyadh season event in 2026. We have a rabbit to hunt, says Al-Sheikh. Well, that obviously is a reference to Usyk, because Fury has called Usyk the rabbit. Rather pots and kettles, Tyson, isn't it? I mean, in the first fight, you were the one doing a lot of running, boxing. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, you were doing a lot of running against this tiny middleweight, but no. Usyk's the rabbit, and but for Al-Sheikh to use that phrase seems incredibly disrespectful to Usyk. I'm sure Usyk don't give a damn, because Usyk's Usyk. Unshakable, impenetrable mentally, immensely tough psychologically as well as physically. And Usyk, don't forget, has won all his world title fights. I think, every single one of them has been on the road. He's won all his belts in other people's backyards. So no problem for him. You want to call him a rabbit, if you want to be that idiotic. But yeah, I mean, Fury has spoken about boxing. He said, he has this love-hate relationship with boxing. He admits it. He's like a lot of fighters. He doesn't want to say goodbye. Doesn't want to let go. Anyone who believed he was genuinely retired is, I have to say, naive at best. But he said, boxing's a great sport. Everything I've got I owe to the game of boxing, and I'm very appreciative. Like all great relationships, it's got to have its ups and downs, but the inevitable in my game is you make your bed, you lie in it, and yeah, I'm still very much in love with the game. I train regularly. I do all of the above. And Fury was in Turkey yesterday for Jazza Dickins's excellent victory over an undefeated Olympic gold medalist. And in fact, he looked in pretty decent shape, Fury. He gave Jazza his belt afterwards. He won one of those regular belts, whatever the hell it was, WBA thing. And Tyson did look in shape. So I can believe that, that he's in shape. He goes on to say, got paid, got laid, got out of there, happy days. Went home to my family and now I'm happy. I'm home in Morecambe. I train twice a day. I go out. I can have a beer when I want. I go eat what I want. I stay out late. I can do what the F I want. You know why? Because I've earned the right. I wouldn't dispute that. You see, as tedious as I find Fury's bullshit, he was a very, very good fighter. And he won both his world titles on the road against fighters that a lot of people, myself, I picked him to beat Klitschko but get robbed, which he didn't in Dusseldorf. And I did pick Wilder to beat him the first time round. I just thought there was too much inactivity, and coming off that, great layoff where he had to lose 10 stone, I thought Wilder might be able to stop a guy who was had probably wrecked his body. That wasn't the case. So yeah, he's done well in the ring. So I wouldn't dispute that at all. By the way, all these quotes I'm getting from an article on in the Ring magazine, which of course is owned by Turki Al-Sheikh. So that's the article I've got the quotes from. But I have to say, in all honesty, hand on heart, since Fury retired, I haven't missed him. I don't find his shtick, his blather, his piss and wind entertaining at all. I never have done. A lot of people do, and he certainly sells tickets. And whenever I release a video about him, I get good figures. I get good numbers. But have I missed him? Not really. No. He, Joshua, even Usyk are of a generation that is, having its swan songs rather than, you look ahead and you don't see a great deal of fights for any of these guys left. Certainly not Joshua, who looks like real damaged goods. But also, we haven't mentioned that Usyk has a certain matter of a rematch with Daniel Dubois, which is not a foregone conclusion. I make Usyk the favourite to beat Dubois again, but I think Dubois has improved. I think mentally, psychologically, he's matured a great deal. I think it's actually quite really impressive the way he's come back from the first Usyk defeat. And is he capable of beating Usyk? Yes, he's capable. I would make Usyk the favourite, but this idea that they're plotting and planning Fury versus Usyk in 2026 is slightly insulting to Daniel Dubois, because Dubois looks to upset the apple cart. He's been pretty much the underdog, slightly or widely, in his recent fights. I think a lot of people picked AJ to beat him. A lot of people picked Hrgović to beat him. I picked Hrgović to beat him. And Jarrell Miller. I think I picked Miller to beat Dubois because that was his first fight back from being or quitting against Usyk. So for him to have come back with those wins is absolutely excellent. And he's not cannon fodder for Usyk. And of course, Usyk with 24 rounds against Fury under his belt, that puts miles on the clock. So it's not a foregone conclusion that he will beat Dubois. But do I even want to see a third Fury fight? No. I could not care less about Usyk versus Fury 3. I don't even know why it's happening. Well, it's not happening because it's a money spinner. But I would much rather see Usyk face Ajit Kabayel, or failing that, Joseph Parker. I think those two guys have earned their shots, and they are being neglected, sinfully neglected. Parker has a bit of market value because he's very popular, he's well known, but it's been frozen out essentially. I mean, there was talk of him facing Chisora again. What the fuck for? What a stupid fight. I think Frank Warren just doesn't know where to put Chisora. But Kabayel is very, very high risk and low reward because he doesn't have that stature, that commercial value, commercial stature. So I don't know, what do you think? Leave your comments below. I want to hear your opinions on Fury's return. Have you missed him? Because I hand on heart, I haven't. I honestly haven't. But maybe you have. If so, tell me why. Do you enjoy his bullshit, his shtick or banter or whatever the fuck you want to call it? I don't, but you leave your comments below. And thank you very much for watching the video. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button if you like the video. We got plenty more for you. Thanks very much. Get you later. Bye for now.